everybody, I just wanted to jump on here. I've had an extremely busy week, and I don't know if any of you guys saw my stories from earlier today. I was reviewing how many people have registered on my website either to buy or sell their home, and how the number of buyers is overwhelmingly higher than the sellers. And I've pounded a lot of pavement the last few weeks showing homes. I don't always get it on video, and that's okay, I guess. Anyway, so I just wanted to address something that I keep having to say repeatedly over and over and over again, because there's a lot of fear in the market as well, because it is such a strong seller's market and there are so many offers, so many bidding situations, highest and best, multiple offers. I saw an auction for the first time in a long time today. With all that said, people keep asking me, is it still a good time to buy with how crazy it is and like what such a hot seller's market it is? And I can tell you right now, yes, it is. And I'll tell you why. Yes, there is a lot of competition and not a lot of inventory, and in some cases, no inventory. We get that. I know it. But it's much different than the housing bubble that we had. It's much, much different because we don't have a bunch of strippers trying to buy 4 homes on, an income that they cannot prove. We have people buying their first primary residence. In other words, the home they intend to live in because they need a roof over their head. Those are the kinds of buyers. We don't see a lot of adjustable rate mortgages and people over leveraging stuff that they cannot afford. Lending regulations have tightened up, but I'll tell you why it's a good time to buy. Yes, prices are going up, and I've got bad news for you. They're going to go up more. That's the bad news. So are interest rates, but interest rates hit a new record low like 15 or 16 times in the last 12 months. Let me say that again. Interest rates hit a record low 15 or 16 times. And when I say record, I mean like lowest ever, 15 or 16 times in the last 12 months. So yeah, prices might be going up, and they have gone up quite a bit in the last 6 to 12 months. But with the interest rates as low as they are now, the affordability is actually more than most people could afford a couple of years ago when interest rates were 4, 5, 6%. So keep that in mind. It's just you need to be prepared to gird up your loins, hike up your skirt, and go into battle. There's going to be no deals right now. You're not going to see closing costs. You are not going to see sellers agreeing to give concessions or wanting to fix a lot, if anything, or even accept a contract that requires an appraisal if they can get around it. And so you're going to have those bidding wars way over and above the price point. And just for example, around the country, agents have been saying, take your clients to go get a new build because you can walk in, pick out your model, pick out your lot, call it a day. But here in Arizona, we don't have that option now. You have to get on a waiting list. You have to show up on a Saturday morning pre-approved with their preferred lender and wait in a line with 150 other people to have a lottery or a drawing for the 4 to 8 lots, or in one builder's case, 3 lots that they're going to release that week. And if your name is drawn, congratulations. You need to put $20,000 down that is non-refundable and get it all done today, and then wait a year for it to be done. Because we've got lumber shortages, labor shortages, supply and demand shortages. And then in another community I went to yesterday, I've been to 3 this week. Another community was just a straight waiting list. They can only sell 4 new starts a month build wise, but they are so backed up, they probably won't have a new release until May. There's only 50 lots available, and there's over 120 people on their waiting list. So that's the game right now, even with new builds. So finding a new build is even difficult. And a lot of that has to do with a lot of the builders with the last bubble. They lost their shirt on so many deals and communities that they had to basically stop building for the regular like population growth. So now they're like 10 years behind where they would normally be to cover for population growth, just like on average population growth. But now you've got all these baby boomers like not selling their homes and buyers. You just need to be prepared to go in wielding a sword and understand that the deal is not getting a deal on a house. The deal is getting a house. Like having a roof over your head is the deal at this point. So just keep that in mind, because at the end of the day, this interest rate that's available right now is going to be something that you are going to brag to your children's children about, and the price that you bought this home about, because the prices are only going up, and they are going up at an alarming rate because there is just not enough inventory. And in my market, we are down to less than 3,000 active listings that are single family homes in Maricopa County. And Maricopa County has 4.5 million people. And if on average, 10% of your friends and family, people that you know, if 10% of them are going to move, think about it. What is 10% of 4.5 million people in Maricopa County? That's a lot of people and like basically zero inventory. Even our super high-end luxury market is white hot right now. It's disturbing. But like I said, you might as well start swinging now because prices are going up. And if you wait 6 months, they could go up another 10 or 20% like they've done the last year here. And your interest rate's going to go up, which means the same house is going to cost you more money and it's going to cost you more per month. So that's something you should definitely consider. I know it's scary right now. And I'll tell you what, I have a lot of people in my database for well over a year, maybe going on 2 years right now, that have said, I'm afraid to sell my house because there's nowhere for me to go. And guess what's happened in the time that they've been waiting? I have some clients that started looking years ago. The same house that they wanted now costs 35% more just in the last 2 years, I'd say. 35% more than their original budget. Granted, the interest rate has come down, so they're still okay, but they can still afford less house than they could yesterday. Now, granted, their own house is going to be worth more, which is great. So if you can work it right now, and to be honest, buyers are so desperate. They just want to be under contract. They don't even care like when the closing is. They just want to know that they're going to have somewhere to go, right? So you could list your house and then put into the contract that you've got 30, 60, 90, 120 days, however long it takes to find yourself a place, right? So you don't even necessarily have to set a closing date, if you will. You could do any number of things and give it a reverse contingency. So if you're worried about not finding a place, trust me, buyers are desperate, and we can get very creative to make sure that you don't wind up homeless and that you can still take advantage of what you can afford now at this interest rate. Because I do not want you to wind up like my buyers who started looking years ago, and now their dream home that they could have afforded back then at a much lower price with even a higher interest rate is now almost out of reach because the prices have gone up that much and they're not quite willing to, just bite the bullet. And so if you've been waiting for that, I'm going to wait till interest rates are under 3%, your window is about to close because they went down to like 2.7, 2.5, I think, on a 15-year, and now they're already starting to creep back up. But keep in mind, even my clients with low credit scores are getting 3.2, which is fabulous, fabulous. So keep that in mind. Never fear. If you need an agent who knows how to find off-market properties and knows how to hunt and fish for that stuff, I'm your girl. If you're wondering what your home might actually be worth now, give me a call. I just want you to be educated on what you can actually expect for your home, but I want you to be educated about the buying situation. I don't mean to scare anybody, but it is definitely probably one of the best times in history to buy if you can find a house. So if that's what you're afraid of, if you're afraid of a bidding war, don't worry about it. Your interest rate is going to be phenomenal. And the house that you are looking for today is only going to go up in price. Don't worry about that. Like I said, getting the house is the deal. Having a roof over your head at an interest rate at or below 3% right now for most people, that is money. That is gold. And that is going to give you so much more power in the long term. And you're going to have so much more buying power now than you will 6 or 12 or 24, whatever months from now. So, I mean, if your finances are in order and you know you can swing it, do it. Do it. If it's on your list of things to do, don't wait, because tomorrow it's going to be more expensive by a lot. So that's my little rant today. I'm getting ready to do my videos for next week for all the market updates for Phoenix, Scottsdale, Cave Creek, Carefree. If you want those, I email them out to everybody I know once a week. If you want those, hit me up, give me your email. I'll make sure you get those. But this is how crazy things are. In the last 30 days, I've had 84 people, not counting the people who registered today, 84 people registered on my site, and only 19 of them have a home to sell. That's how many buyers are in our market. My advertising budget is a lot smaller. So if I have that many buyers wanting to buy in the next 0 to 6 months, that says a lot. But anyway, now is the time to sell. Like, you've got the tiger by the tail. Like, grab it and run and get as much as you can out of your house. And that's my rant for today. You will never, ever, ever find rates like this, especially coming into the near future again. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions, give me a call, 480-717-9405, or head over to my website at dustymartinrealtor.com, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.